Hello viewers. So in this video, we'll be looking at angle measure, how to measure angle, and in what units can we measure angles. We'll also talk about angles in standard position, and we'll also discuss circular motion. So if you have an angle AOB, let's see here, consists of two rays. So look at this rays here. You can see there is a line here, the black line from 0 to A, or you call it R1. And here there is a blue one from 0 to R2, or 0 to B. So this is R1, R2. Now, this is what we call the initial side, and this is the blue one is the terminal side. So an angle is just the amount of rotation moving from the initial side to the terminal side. So this is give you your angle. So an angle is always formed between the initial side and the terminal side. And this point where the initial side and the terminal side meets is what we call the vertex. So depending on which direction you do the measurement, for example, here we are measuring counterclockwise, starting from the initial side until you reach the terminal side. So in this case, our angle is positive. But in the second case here, you will see that the initial side is this, the black one, the black line, and the terminal side is the blue one. But you see we move clockwise, so it means our theta here is negative. So an angle could be positive or negative depending on the direction. Either you move counterclockwise from the initial side, or you move clockwise from the initial side. If you move counterclockwise, you have positive. If you move clockwise, you have a negative angle. So what are the units for measuring angles? We said the measure of an angle is the amount of rotation about the vertex required to move R1 into R2. Intuitively, this is how much an angle is open. One unit measurement for angle is what? Is degree. So we can measure angles in degree, one unit measurement. And also we can measure using what? Radian. So let's talk about radian. If a circle of radius 1 is drawn with the vertex of an angle at the center, then the measure of this angle in radian is just the length of the arc that subtends an angle. So this is simply what we mean by radian. If you want to, the radian measure is simply the length of the arc when you have a radius of what? Of 1 degree. But we're not going to, let's just look at this one. We have these conversion factors, usually relationship between degrees and radian. If you have 180 degree is the same thing as pi rad. 1 rad is the same thing as what? 180 degree divided by pi degree. We can also say 1 degree is pi over what's 180. So to convert degrees to radian, we just multiply by pi over 180. Then to convert radian to degree, we multiply by 180 over pi. So now there is something here before we go into solving problems. It says, when no unit is given, the angle is assumed to be measured in what? In radian. All right. So now let's solve some exercise. So here we asked to convert 2 pi over 3 rad to angles in degree. So since this is in rad, 2 pi over 3, we just need to multiply by what? 180 over pi, because we are converting from rad to degree. And you see this pi will go with pi, and then you have 2 times 180, which is 360. You divide it by 3. 3 into 36 is 12. So we have 120 degree. So here we have find the degree measure of 1.2. So 1.2 in this case simply means radian. So it means, because here we saw a note. We said that what? Anytime that the unit is not measured is assumed to be what? Radian, right? So we can use this formula here. You can see that we said 1 rad is what? 1 rad is 180 over pi degree, right? We know we have this conversion factor, so we can just use it directly. This is true. So 1 rad, it's equals to what? 180. So we know that we know that 1 rad is equals to 180 over pi degree. So, but in this case, the pi here is no longer 180, but we are using the pi here to be 3.142 because if you use pi to be 180, it means you have 180 over 180, so which is just 1 degree. But we know that 1 rad is about 56 degree point something. So if you want to find 1.2 rad, so 1.2 rad is just simply what? Just multiply this by 2. So it will be 1.2 times what? 180 pi. Now everything will be in degree. So this will just be 12 over 10 times 180 over pi. Your answers now will be in degree. So this 0 will go with what? Will go with 0. Then you have 12 times 18 over pi degree. And this will just give us 216 over pi degree. So example 3. Example 3 says find the radian measure that corresponds to minus 225 degree. So the radian measure that corresponds to minus 225 degree. So here, what do we do? Here we also just do the conversion. Here we have degree. We have to change it to what? We have to change it to rad. So this is minus 225 degree. We have to multiply by what? To multiply by pi over what? 180. Pi over 180, and then I think we can try to cancel out, right? And so we can start by 5. So if we do 5 here, 5 into 20 is going to be 4. And so here will be around 45. And 5 into 18 will be 3. And then 5 into 30 will be 6. So far we have minus 45 pi over 36. And if you divide both sides by 9, we'll have minus 5 pi over 4. So which is this one. So this is simply how to convert from radian to degree, and from degree as well to radian. So this is the first part of this video. The next part will be on coterminal, starting with angles in standard position. Thank you for watching.